Hello, everybody. Welcome back to um, Zero Commentaries, where I'm going to be commentating over episodes 7 through 9 of Bionicle Adventures. I'm going to be talking about these episodes a bit, as well as plans for Bionicle Adventures around this time, cut episodes, as well as elaborating on the ending to Bionicle Adventures, and me actually planning a sequel series, which is really, really, really weird in like right now because I'm all like, I can't believe I did that. So, episodes 7 through 9 are pretty much a three-parter, and by the looks of it, yeah, it could have probably been its own episode, but again, dial-up issues, and it would have, if I had made this its own entire episode, it would have been like hell to actually upload it. So, getting beyond that, these string of episodes are called The Zombies Are Coming. It's basically my kind of little own zombie thing. And for some reason, I decided to reuse the idea like right afterward. I believe the reason for me doing that, like in episode 10, I kind of reused zombies. But it's like at the same time, the reason I probably did that was because there was like some cut episodes in between. There's gonna be like stuff like Elec being like working for the Makuta, Little Toa and Makuta battle shenanigans, just a bunch of different stuff that never ended up making the final cut, which I thought of, Bionicle Adventures. So, with the zombies that are coming, it was pretty much the zombies attack. There's these three main ones that are infecting everyone, and they managed to get quite a few people infected. So Zero, Prydak, Hordika, and Icarax, I believe. I think Kalma too, I can't remember, but they all pretty much go back in time to destroy the zombies at the source before they infect anyone. And that causes like a time wipe to where, the zombies don't exist anymore and people aren't infected. Oh, and they also killed World War's Vizon because while I did fake it out in the beginning, I did a fake out to where, oh no, he's just as much a victim as they are. Nah, he was the one controlling them to begin with. So yeah, and I still don't know what I was thinking with the whole World War Vizon concept. I just don't know. But speaking of Vizon, he was going to play a role in the final battle of Bionicle Adventures. So, after tons and tons of episodes, it would eventually boil down to, like I said in the previous episode, two different attacks. It was going to be Vizon leading the Baraki and a bunch of other Bionicles that weren't allied with the Toa against the Toa, while the Toa Nuva fought the Makuta in one big giant struggle. Vizon, by this point, he wanted to become Zero's rival, and he really, really, really wanted this. But Zero wouldn't keep taking him seriously, obviously, because, it's all like, why do you want to be my rival and stuff, and it's like, Zero was more so getting annoyed than anything. And Vizon kept insisting, and even more so, it would be even more so after this fact, that Vizon would consider Zero his rival, because Zero would be the one to defeat him in this big battle, while the rest of his army would be defeated. So, at that point, Vizon would get this huge obsession over Zero before being locked away by Hydraxon, who would also come in. And Zero, at this point, he'd be known as kind of like the... He was a Toe of Fire, and he was also a Toe of Shadow after being converted by Shadow Leeches. And the very complicated thing in this is that how did he get into Jollar? Basically, I believe the reasoning was that I had a Makuta pretty much break Zero down into like an essence and then put him into a Tridax pod. Because the Makuta wanted to do it for shits and giggles, basically. And he wanted to see what would happen if someone got hit by that Tridax pod. The Makuta would be like unknown to everyone, basically. He would just give the Tridax pod to I believe it was Antros or T-Rock, or someone who was the one that hit Jollar with it. And so that would result in the split personality, and eventually Vizon would split with Zero and Jollar apart, and Zero would have a body again and stuff. So, yeah. So with that, that would be pretty much Zero's thing. And the reason I'm saying that is because the season 2 I somehow thought of involved Vizon coming back, harassing Zero some more, splitting Zero into a toe of shadow and a toe of fire. The toe of fire siding with Vizon in order to destroy the shadow Toa that was Zero. They'd fight. While they were fighting, Vizon also had another plan to where the Glatorians were going to fight the Toa. Now, the thing with the Glatorians were that, with the Glatorians, they would be fighting because they were ordered by their master Zero. And they would even like play a clip of Zero like ordering them, even though it's like Vizon's trickery. And so Vizon would pretty much, you know, make Zero a fugitive, and yeah, Zero would have to deal with not only the Glatorians, but also with the Toa. And then, you know, he gets that sorted out, but after that, it's like Tuma comes in, and he's all like, "Oh no, I'm the real leader of the Glatorians. Who are you?" Fights Zero, teams up with the Dark Hunter that I created, Nectraz, to kill Zero, and then yeah, they don't really kill Zero though. They manage to fatally wound him, but he gets help. Gets an upgrade and manages to defeat both of them to where he brings peace to the house once more. It was not so much a sequel series now that I realize it, but a mini-series, but not really, because I realized there's going to be a beginning and middle and end to this, because with the original Bionicle Adventures, it was kind of like there was going to be tons and tons and tons of episodes. Like seriously, I don't know how I thought up with all these ideas. I guess I just had so much free time in the summer that I filmed every single day different little plots, and it's like, oh my god, like the amount of plots that are flowing through my head right now that I can't even really speak of because I don't even remember them clearly. But I remember taking the pictures, and it's just so weird that I had so many ideas, so much filler. Jesus, this is why I'm glad I got better at writing, because I have a beginning and middle and end, like with Toy Box Wars. I'm going into a Toy Box Wars tangent really quickly. I actually have a beginning, middle, and end for this. I have events that are going to happen. I'm going to have, like, again, the events are happening for a reason. There is no filler, you know. And heck, I'm even adding events in. Like, I'll explain it when in my commentary for the Toy Box Wars. But yeah, it's like, wow, I realized that I really sucked at writing, like, back then. Or more so, not really writing, because, like, I didn't even write the episodes beforehand. I actually just took the pictures and then added the dialogue later to what I saw fit for them to say. And it's like, I had this, like, not ability, but, like, this unique trait to where I could remember what I had thought of with these pictures. So I was able to give them the lines that they needed to be given, but also at the same time, I kind of extended lines way too long, which is why sometimes you see awkward lines sometimes. But again, yeah, lesson to be learned here, kids. Script your stuff, because then you'll end up like Bionicle Adventures, which is pretty much filler incarnate. Because, oh geez, let me tell you. Like, but yeah, we're pretty much coming at the end here. Oh, I can't believe I actually managed to do it this time. But yeah, next time we'll be looking at the final 3 episodes that were, I believe the final 3 episodes that were released during Bionicle Adventures 10 years. So yeah, we'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care.